Hello, and welcome, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to your timeless true love timeline reading. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They're just my initials. I'm not bad. I'm just spelled that way. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books, third one in process, Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch, and Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. Words of Grace has a Kindle version available. You can click a link in the description box, preview it for free, and check out the table of contents. You will see it is primarily organized in chakra chapters, right? There are chakras in this reading big time, so you might find it helpful. But both the original versions of Words of Grace and Spell Ingredients are available for purchase on my Patreon, patreon.com/drawingthecircle in our digital store. We've got so much cool stuff going on over there. Some of my subscribers actually get Spell Ingredients and or Words of Grace, depending upon their level of subscription, but all of my subscribers across the board get 3 benefits in common. Let me tell you about them real quick. Number 1, they get a daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link so they can literally chat with me and each other about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a meditation, a prayer, a little something to send us on our way, and the wisest way for me to start the day, considering I am packing up and moving from Long Island to Saratoga Springs, New York in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, considering what I do for a living, it's one of my favorite things to do, the daily check-ins. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. They're all soul contract, it's twin flame, soulmate, path of true love readings with extendeds. Those are all juggernauts. This is sort of a companion reading to the path of true love reads. We'll talk about it in a bit. And they also get an extensive discount, my subscribers, on private sessions with me, whether it's spiritual counseling, a reading, Zoom recorded, face-to-face, whatever, half hour of power. They get a significant discount on that, and a lot of the local ones have been coming over to do just that, which has been great. We've got 2 7-day free trials, Seeker and Human, our first 2 levels of subscription. Everyone who has taken a 7-day free trial has stayed at least a month to get the extensive discount on private sessions with me, which is a gig. All the same discount across the board, no matter what level of subscription. We got the online store. We're on Spotify, through Patreon. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. So if you feel so intuitively drawn, click the link, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon. I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. You could just call me Mal. Hey, Libras. Very, very busy, but glad that I have this part of my life as Mercury conjunct Venus in Libra, 3rd house, right? Self-expression, to do what I love. So let's do some explanation for the new Libras and the cross-watchers, and we'll get down into the divination. Feel free to jump ahead if you've heard it all before. So, we're doing a 7-card, simple timeline, past, present, and future. Like I said, there will be chakras involved. Looking at, I'm going to say we, because I'm Venus and Libra, where we have been in the true love timeline, where we are now, and where we are headed if we make the wisest, most loving, empowering choices and decisions in our relationships, because the path of true love is your hero's journey, your healing journey, your spiritual awareness process, your ascension, whatever you want to call it, through the lenses of your relationships. We are the common denominators in all of our relationships in Libra, 7th house, right? One-on-one partnerships and all that stuff. So that the more we can make wiser, empowering, more loving decisions, right? Wise, 3rd eye, loving, heart chakra, and willpower choices and decisions there. We shift to a more truthful and loving timeline and take everybody else along with us who wants to come along. Everybody has free will in the game. We're just not in control of the game, and I wish people would understand that control is an illusion, but we do have free will in every present moment. So we're going to get 7 of these cards on the table. We're going to get 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the heart, throat, 3rd eye, crown, and chakra, the world behind your eyes, right? The stuff you share, or maybe you don't. No one knows about it but you until you share it. We'll get past, present, and future. We'll get the lower 3 chakras with the mythic tarot, the masculine energy, relationships in the physical world, including your relationship to yourself, your relationships with another person, one-on-one, relationships to groups and tribes, circles of friends and all of that, as well as your relationship to places and things in the world. So we'll get 3 of those, past, present, and future. And, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, math. We'll end with a Macon healing mantra card to what? Help heal and align, because as one of us heals, all of us heal holographically, and that's why cross-watchers are welcome on my channel. I would like to think that the cross-watchers can get some insight, understanding, sympathy, and empathy for the Libra they are cross-watching for, and should you use the mantra, or there can be mirroring, sometimes the cross-watcher read, it's about them, right? More than the one that they're looking for, but in relationship to the one they are cross-watching for. So, anyone who uses these mantras to the best of their ability, wise, loving, empowering, and all of that, has a better shot of jumping to a more truly loving timeline for our well-being and for the well-being of planet Earth. Imagine anchoring the energy, the true love that conquers all, heals all, and breaks all curses. Yeah, that would be pretty good. I think we could use that on the planet. So let's shift from explanation to divination in the still point. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, and I promise I will do anything and everything within my power to help anybody navigate the true love timeline for, a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for all of us, including nature, right? Because we're all one, believe it or not. So let's do this. Let's get into the still point. Here we go. Breathe, air signs, breathe. Still point. My goddesses, override. Here we go, nice and gentle. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all. And with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, where has the Libra Collective, myself included, and our cross-watchers been on the path of true love? Heart, their third eye crown, face down. These first 6 cards will be face down. My beloved goddesses, where are we now? Point of power is always in the present moment. What's going on? Heart, their third eye crown, where we are now in the true love timeline. And where are we headed if we just do our best, right? To make the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions in our relationship. Heart, third eye crown, where are we headed in this Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, that one, and Crosswatcher, that was interesting, timeless, true love timeline read. Right, we'll get these 3 on the table as well, face down, and then we'll flip them over past, then present, then future, and then do the mantra. Here we go. Breathe. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My gods, where have we been in the timeline? Lower 3 chakras. Where are we now in the true love timeline? Where are we headed if we just do our best to make the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions in our relationship for this timeless, true love timeline reading? Shall we? One almost flies off the table. Oh, okay, well, we're off and running. On the inside, the 2 of flames, Mahuea, that would be the 2 of wands in traditional Rider-Waite-based tarot. Fire in your hands. You had the ace. Now it's like, what do I want to do with it? What do I want? Do I want to do that with it? Do I want to, you know what you want? You got the ace, you got the heart's desire. I would say very throat chakra. This feels like chew, right? Throat chakra, you spit out the choice, you make the choice, you swallow it, you're like, not today, Satin, not today. And sometimes you chew on it, right? That jagged little pill. Just make sure you have an Alanis moist towelette to clean up afterwards, particularly we were in, I'm going to say we, The Magician, right? The Saturday Night Fever drawing down inspiration into manifestation. All of the tools were there for us. We had a good initiatory moment. Technically the first card of the Major Arcana, since the Fool is 0 and has no numeric value, it's between the old and the new. This is really something, whatever choices we made in the past, most likely came down into physical manifestation relatively well, let's not say easily, but simply, right? Simple need not imply easy. Let's see where that leads. What that got us here, where are we now? Oh, 2 Major Arcana. Now, I will say, Major Arcana card in a reading like this, because there's not tons of cards in the spread, will usually cover that chakric zone. So I'm going to say, if you're really paying attention to your lower 3 chakras, like if it didn't feel right in the lower 3, and you said no, that was pretty good, right? But if it did feel in alignment, like all 3 of them said, this feels good, it's how we navigate our way through the physical world, then something really, the channel was clear for this to begin in a healthy way, which is interesting because where we are now on the inner is a Major Arcana card, the Moon. Oh God, Yemaya, just beautiful. The card of the Moon on the inner, again, let's say all 4 of those chakras are tuning to the Moon. It is about intuition, but also hidden stuff, right? Stuff in the subconscious, not necessarily the collective unconscious. The collective unconscious is everybody. The subconscious is our own lovely little packet of stuff that we're healing and cleaning and dealing with. So I'm going to say creative intuition right now, big time, right? Really pay attention to what's going on the inside, particularly how you feel, right? Emotional, obviously, a very dominant water element there in the card of the Moon, because it may be a little cloudy with a chance of mystic meatballs, but mystic meatballs means, that's so silly, it means a mystery, right? That you're in a bit of a mystery, and it would make sense with the Death card, Lord Hades in the lower 3 chakras, going through transformation, but it's a result of that manifestation of the Magician in the past. So this could very much be you perhaps getting what you cast for, what you intended, what you put in process, your law of attraction, who's he, what's his, plant a seed, make it grow, new moon, whatever. But certainly the transformation is in place. Now I have to say where I am in my life right now, not necessarily in my relationships, but my life in general, it's like I'm doing the best that I can to follow the guidance and grace with this move. But of course I have relationships with the moving people, with the real estate agents, with, just everybody involved. A lot of family dynamics going on. So all of that is transforming, and honestly, don't freak about the Death card. I mean, look, is it a literal death that you may not be aware of? I doubt it. Not with what's lining up. Again, we'll see where we're headed. But Lord Hades is not a murderer, right? He's not. He's the ender of suffering, right? And he sends us right back, right? We'll go to the Elysian Fields a couple of times, right? Get younger, come back, right? And if we go to the Elysian Fields 3 times, according to Hellenic Greek mysticism, we get to go to the Isle of the Blessed, which means we don't have to incarnate back here again unless we really, really want to. So, got that going for us. So, whatever transformation this is probably more rising from than going to ashes, but in a general read, your mileage may vary. Where are we headed? Get the fuck out, really? You're gonna fucking love this. Buckle up. We got the star on the inner. Oh, all the guidance, the grace, the wisdom, the power comes, right? All the inspiration, right? The creative intuition just on point. The star is the highest vibrational spiritual card in the tarot, how I read. Because you got planet Earth, you got the moon, you got the sun, right? And then there's the star way up there. It's like the satellite beaming us down. Now, in terms of hope, in terms of wishes and all of those standard star Major Arcana card stuff, we got the Ten of Cups, my true love card. The final union of Eros and Psyche, the god of romantic love, and Psyche, the Greek word for the soul, as well as the word butterfly. Boy, did she go through a transformation. The whole suit of cups this is our cups overflowing. This is harmony. This is bliss. This is ecstasy incarnate in the lower three chakras, and it's very, very inspired. So this makes sense, right? The choices that we made on the inner to manifest something in some kind of relationship. There might have been lots of people involved, or maybe just you and somebody else. Maybe just you and yourself could be. And it makes sense that things are a little cloudy right now. It's baking, right? It's not cake just yet, but it's going to be cake fast, you know. Stick a toothpick where you can test as you go, little litmus test. How done is this? But certainly the payoff is worth it. Now, I would say if you are looking at this in a romantic context, you're right on the nose here with that Ten of Cups in the lower three chakras, but that can also be family, right? That could absolutely be just you taking the inspiration, bringing it into manifestation, and your cup's overflowing. That's really lovely. So, we don't work hard. The Matt Kahn Healing Mantra. Wake up, cross-watchers. You want to manifest some true love in your life. You're helping everyone, including myself, the entire Libra collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers do the same. Well, I'm excited. Please take a nice deep breath. I have a right to be excited. Still point. Ascended Masters override. A place for everything. Nice and gentle, and everything in its place. But all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra to help us Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers navigate the true love timeline, making the wisest, most empowering and loving and empowering decisions we can with the Two of Flames on the inner and the Magician on the outer, where we've been and where we are now, cloudy with a chance of mysticism, and meatballs, hopefully, vegan or otherwise, with Yemaya on the inner and Hades, the death card, as we transform and roll out, and headed to the star on the inner, that alignment with spirit, that inspiration, that upliftment, that hope, that guidance, that grace with the Ten of Cups, the true love card, Eros and Psyche in their final union. In the Ten of Cups, what is the perfect healing mantra to help us be the true love that we truly are in this timeless true love timeline read? Demystifying the darkness. This is a present moment card. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. Now, don't freak. It would make sense with where we are right now, right? The moon, I don't know, but I'm feeling a lot, right? Absolutely. And with things transforming. I mean, the shadow's supposed to come up. I mean, at the time of this recording, we're in a waxing moon, almost full. Well, we'll be full in Aries. It's almost there in Pisces right now. So yeah, I'm picking up all sorts of stuff. It's a good time to be doing what I'm doing right this moment, I'll tell you that. But your shadow is the repressed stuff. Now, there is the shadow in the personal subconscious as well as the collective unconscious, and it's all one thing ultimately. So the healing that's available to us right now, my shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. So this isn't about pushing it down, and it's not about it taking you over, shadow possession, when your shadow takes over and you do shit you regret, because that's all part of the plan too. This is allowing it to come into the light with love, right? The Course in Miracles says, do not bring light to your shadows, bring your shadows to light. Because when you're bringing light to your shadows, you're trying to understand them psychologically or mentally, and they're based on illusions and crazy. So insanity cannot be understood. It's not supposed to, and I don't necessarily mean clinical insanity. That we think we're separate from each other really is the most insane thing. So, demystifying the darkness, my shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. That's why, somebody cuts you off in traffic and it flashes you back to your childhood. You don't even know what's happening. Right? You freak out. When darkness is demystified, the scariest feelings, thoughts, ideas, and beliefs are seen as cries for attention from your most hurt and broken parts. Well, waiting for the other shoe to drop. I had a lot go on in this. It's a long story. My patrons know about it, about my real estate agent friend who crossed, right? A lot going on there. Once the darkness is illuminated, you're able to be the light that transforms the dark. Death card right there. Instead of hiding in the light to avoid moments of darkness. It's lead asking to be alchemized into gold, right? This is the alchemical journey. This is what the path of true love is about. And this way you shift this just a little bit within yourself. You shift every relationship you're in. Just as the light can acknowledge how much pain lurks in darkness, it is the power of your unconditional love that brings your shadow out of hiding. This mantra is ideal for overcoming fear, dealing with night terrors, and transcending the perception of scarcity. And Course in Miracles does say you cannot have a thought of fear without lack, or a thought of lack without fear. Play with that in your head, Libra. Right? Okay, well, I'm afraid of getting sick. Oh, that's lack of health. Oh, I'm afraid of not having enough money. Oh, it's lack of money, right? And you see that's actually a way that when your shadow shows itself, you can say, all right, so love, right? Fear, the opposite of love is fear. But what is all-encompassing can truly have no opposite. Apparently, I'm in a Course in Miracles quote machine right now. Well, that's what they give me. That's what I say. So let's put this together in a blessimation, combination of a blessing and a summation, a lovely little patriotic word we came up with over the past couple of years. And then we'll talk about cool stuff if you want to hang out for it. Otherwise, last time, please take a nice deep breath. Nice and gentle, still point. Pantheonic override. I call upon our collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. May we be blessed with all that we need to navigate the true love timeline, making the wisest, most loving, most empowering decisions for ourselves in our relationships, because we did have a choice to make. And that choice obviously started something in motion in the physical world. In our relationship, reason, season, or lifetime, there is something in play. And may we be blessed, because we may not know intellectually what that is, but intuitively it could be very, very strong on the inside while we go through the crucible of transformation, being refined, burning away those 3 atoms in between lead to become gold here. We may not know, but we can be willing to be shown and be willing to follow our gut and our heart, so that we can come into the place of the star on the inner, alignment with spirit, inspired, lit, sparkling, shining, following the guidance and grace given to us by the divine, so those 10 of Cups do overflow, manifesting true love in physical form while we demystify darkness, because our shadow shows us where our love needs to be sent within, maybe even without, so that we may heal, grow, learn, evolve, be the best that we can be, making the wisest, most loving, most empowering decisions to incarnate the true love that conquers all, the true love that heals all wounds, the true love that breaks all curses, ancestral, societal, and otherwise, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So let it be. So close. That was good. If you liked the reading, please do hit the thumbs up and help other Libras and Crosswatchers find it. If you would like more of me here on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. I'm the fun one. I'm doing these readings way in advance so that I get a couple of weeks off camera for the actual physical move. I'm having friends over, saying goodbye to Long Island. I'll be back next year for a wedding. I'm working a reception as a reader. But I could come back at any time and all of that, whatever. And by all means, check out Patreon. It's so much much fun. The daily check-ins are my favorite thing. I love that they get that, everybody gets that across the board, that they have access to the extended readings. There are so many of them. I've been doing them for years, and they're all soulmate, contract, twin flame, true love, all of that. And I love that they all get an extensive discount. I had to raise my prices for the 25th anniversary. I'm glad I did, because they're taking advantage of it. And of course, we also have the 2 7-day free trials as Seeker and Human. We've got the store that you can shop in, and you can follow us, right? You don't have access to the Patreon content, but I'm publishing more and more public stuff specifically for that, so you can see what's going on. And if you want a free day trial, it you can, right? You do you. But do click the link, check it out. Come Patreon on Patreon. I love it so very much. As the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, you can just call me Mal. And if you want to book me for a private session, I'm still taking clients. Like, depending on the schedule, I can sometimes do the day of the request, or usually within 24 hours I can juggle something, unless obviously I'm driving, because I'm going to be driving back and forth a lot from Long Island to Saratoga Springs. But there is a video in the description box, Booking Private Sessions with Mal, which explains all of that for you. I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. That's not who I am. Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, so there's a way, even if it's pay it forward. I've done it plenty of times, and I love it. And one-on-one relationships, I've been doing soul contract reads for romance and family stuff for absolutely decades now. So I know what I'm talking about. I practice what I teach. I apply what I see. Why? Because I am a Virgo power, cross your legs, Pisces moon. I can handle that the moon right now. But don't forget, I'm that Mercury conjunct Venus and Libra, 3rd house, which makes me chatty and fun. So I'm always here to help anybody navigate the true love timeline, because it's just more true love anchored into the Earth's electromagnetic field, conquering all, healing all, and breaking all curses, right? Work. So thank you so much for watching. This is actually a loving read, but you know, shadow work is a thing. Take the journey, be the hero on the hero's journey of the path of true love in the true love timeline. Wishing all of us the very best and the very blessed with all of this. Hang in there. I believe in you. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed be.